Okay, I'm just gonna do my own little countdown in three, two, one. Okay, wait, hold up. Let's do it in Olelo Hawaii. E kolu, e lua, e kahi. Aloha mai kako. Hello everybody, welcome back to Walk Your Water, your new favorite podcast that's full of walking, hydrating, inspiration, positivity, fun, laughs, and personal reflection. I'm your host and new bestie, the Cheysen Cabuyadao-Sipe, or Chey Tide. In today's half of this week's episode, I'm starting off with Chey Tide by bringing you some current events. From thrilling NFL moments to Halloween trends, some spooky candy controversies, and baseball drama, there's so much to dive into. And with election season upon us, let's make sure we're all ready to make a difference. And then, of course, we cannot leave you all hanging without our favorite segment, the Thirst Bucket. I am so excited to talk about this spooky edition of it. So grab your water and let's get started. Before we dive into today's content, I want to give a shout out to 1440 Daily Digest for providing many of the stories we're covering. If you're looking for unbiased and engaging news updates, I highly recommend subscribing to their newsletter. You can check them out at join1440.com. And no, this isn't a sponsored plug. But hey, 1440, if you're listening, I wouldn't say no to a collab. Teehee. Now let's surf the Chey Tide. Let's kick things off with some top headlines making waves. The ruling Liberal Democratic Party lost its majority in Japan's lower house of parliament for the first time in over a decade. Japan's political realm is shaking up. Corruption scandals and shifting voter sentiment have given the opposition a chance to gain ground. So, speaking about elections, for you USA listeners, are you registered to vote? Because you best be. Because if you're voting by mail in the US, make sure to get those ballots in as soon as possible. Do your research on each candidate. And if you're voting in person, happy voting. Election day is literally in a week. So, how are you planning to stay engaged during this election season? Have you checked your voting plan? Because I sent in mine and she's ready and hot and ready. That's all I'm going to say about that. Moving on. Now, let's refresh ourselves with some thrilling NFL news from Week 8, an update on the MLB World Series, and some news for California's film and TV industry. The Washington Commanders pulled off a dramatic 18-15 win over the Chicago Bears, capped by rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels' 52-yard Hail Mary to Noah Brown for the game-winning touchdown. Period. One Commanders fan summed it up perfectly in a post-game interview. We won the moment that ball landed. Games like this are exactly why we love football, right? And I'm just glad that my Arizona Cardinals won and so many other teams won. New York Giants, what's going on with Monday Night Football? Baseball fans assemble because the Los Angeles Dodgers are currently up 2-0 against the Yankees in the World Series of this recording, though not without drama. Shohei Ohtani injured his shoulder in Game 2, raising concerns ahead of Game 3. Fun fact, this is the 12th time these teams have faced off in the championship, a rivalry for the ages for real. California Governor Gavin Newsom announced a major boost in film and TV tax incentives, aiming to keep Hollywood production in state. We can expect to see more movies and shows rolling out of California soon. Once again, show business in California and LA. Love it. So here are some questions for y'all. What's been the most exciting sports moment for you this year? And do you think the Dodgers will sweep the series? Or do you think the Yankees have a chance to make a comeback? You know me, I'm here for a good underdog story. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Now let's get nerdy with some fascinating discoveries in science and technology. Anthropic's AI agent, Claude, is testing new features like browsing the web and mimicking keystrokes. Meanwhile, Google's Jarvis, yes, like Iron Man Jarvis, is set to launch in December to handle tasks like shopping and scheduling. It really feels like we're living in the future, doesn't it? So if you could have your own AI assistant like Jarvis or Claude, what would you have it do for you? Here are also some spooky finds and discoveries. Researchers in Norway discovered ancient bones in a well that matched the well man described in a medieval Norse saga. This eerie discovery feels straight out of a ghost story, but it's real history. Sometimes truth really is stranger than fiction. In other spooky news, archaeologists in Pompeii, they keep discovering things in Pompeii, y'all. Pompeii is where the tea was at because these archaeologists discovered explicit frescoes in a tiny home. Talk about an ancient surprise. And if you're planning a movie marathon, here's some trivia. Science officially declared the movie Sinister as the scariest film ever. Who's up for a movie night this weekend? So between ancient bones found in a well and explicit frescoes uncovered in Pompeii, it's clear that history can be eerier than fiction. If you could explore any mysterious or hidden part of history, though, what would you uncover? And for fun, what's your go to movie for a spooky marathon? I think for me, a mysterious or hidden part of history, I'm since I'm an anthropology major, I love talk talking about or discovering how cultural exchanges happen throughout history and how cultural flows happened and globalization or how the regional slash local moves to the global or vice versa and how the global influences the regional and local. So those type of things. I don't know which era I would particularly want to go into. And my go-to movie for a spooky marathon, it depends because I tend to be in my Halloween town, Twitches, all of the Tim Burton things, so like Nightmare Before Christmas, The Corpse Bride, all of those type of things and movies are really up my alley. If we're talking about real scary movies, I love a good Scream. We all know the Scream franchise and who's in it. Just saying. I do like a good psychological thriller though, especially Jordan Peele's movies. Those are nice. Let's continue to embrace the spooky season, besties. Here's what's trending for Halloween 2024. Last week, we talked about Beetlejuice, Inside Out 2, and Deadpool 3 costumes leading the pack. This week, Frightgeist reports other popular costume inspirations from the Challengers movie, Dune Part 2, and the Paris 2024 Olympics meme craze, such as like Ray Gun and that French pole vaulter. If you know, you know. Yes. So, what's your costume this year? Let us know. Okay, I officially found one and it's going to be with my staff, my RA staff. So, shout out to them. Love them. But we're going to be the original first Five Nights of Freddy's cast, and I'm gonna be Bonnie. So we have our masks and everything. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cute. But other than that, I think I might put on a onesie here and there. More spooky Halloween trends. According to an article from The Takeout, the top 10 most popular candies this year from most to least popular are M&M's, Reese's Cups, Sour Patch Kids, Skittles, Starburst, Hot Tamales, Candy Corn, Hershey's Kisses, Hershey Mini Bars, and Butterfingers. So what's your guys' favorite candies? I'm very curious. I think for me, I love a good Kit Kat. Especially ones from Japan. Oh my gosh, I remember when I went to Japan and there were so many Kit Kat flavors. I think I really loved the matcha green tea flavor Kit Kat. That was amazing. Out of this list though, I do love a good Reese's Cups. I do love a good Sour Patch Kids. But from those from Hawaii, you guys know you cannot go wrong with a good lihimui gummy bears or anything lihimui, especially the lihimui Sour Patch watermelons. Those top tier. Continuing, spooky foods for 2024, Fright Guys also shared the most searched for spooky foods. The first being mummy hot dogs. That sounds cool. Dirt Cups, a shout out to Residence Life in Housing classic. And there's then followed by candy apples, pizza skulls, caramel apples, monster cookies, and more. So, which spooky treats are you making or eating this year? In less fun news, though, the CDC confirmed 75 cases of E. coli linked to onions on McDonald's Quarter Pounders. Fast food chains have started pulling onions from their menus to prevent further spread, one of them being Taco Bell. So, for those eating out at McDonald's or other fast food restaurants, especially Taco Bell, you may want to watch out and beware the McDonald's scare. So, yikes. That's one Halloween treat we'll gladly avoid, so no tricks needed. And then other than trick or treating, there are other fun activities that rose up in popularity. So there are more communities that are turning to ghost scavenger hunts, block parties, and pumpkin carving contests instead of traditional trick or treating. Or they do it before or after. And it's a great way to stay connected while keeping the spooky spirit alive. And then I cannot forget safety first always. Whether you're heading to a party, trick or treating, or even just a movie night, stay aware of your surroundings. Travel with a group, have a buddy system. Make sure you know exactly what you're consuming and where it's coming from. And if you don't trust it, if your gut is saying no, don't do it, then don't do it. And keep your phone charged. If you guys can, even share each other's locations if you guys are going out. It's better for everybody. And of course, don't forget to hydrate between your spooky stops, especially if those Halloween cocktails make an appearance. Also, check yours, your kids, your families, your friends, your dogs, even your ghosts' candy. You just never know. So here's my question for you is what's your favorite part of Halloween? Is it the costumes? Is it the candy? Or is it just the spooky vibes overall? And that's a wrap for this week's Chey Tide. From thrilling sports moments and spooky Halloween fun to ancient discoveries and tech wonders, we've covered it all. Life can get busy, but it's important to celebrate the small wins, whether that's staying hydrated, getting your ballot in, or just finding a moment to laugh. Thanks for joining me on this week of Chey Tide. Stay curious, stay hydrated, stay walking, and keep walking your water. See you in a bit for the Thirst Bucket! Alrighty, you water walkers. Welcome to this week's Thirst bucket. Thirst bucket intro music. Yeah. Where we throw logic and self-respect right out the window. And embrace the kind of chaotic thirst that only Halloween can summon. This is full-on moral bankruptcy territory. Yup. And I have no intention of apologizing. So, fair warning, this is going to be my disclaimer. Everything said in this segment is intended for comedic entertainment. We're supposed to laugh here. We're here to have fun, not cause harm. And expressions of thirst, or any and all expressions of thirst, are exaggerated, consensual, and entirely fictional. No masked men were harmed or pursued in the making of this episode. So if the idea of wild, spooky thirst isn't your vibe, feel free to look at the timestamps below or in the description and skip ahead for the next segment. As always, hydrate, laugh responsibly, and remember, thirst is only dangerous if you forget to have fun with it. Teehee. I'll let you give you a moment to do that. If you choose. Teehee. Still here? Well, buckle up, buttercups, because this week we're diving headfirst into our most unhinged obsession yet. Masked men. Because nothing sends me spiraling faster than a dangerous guy with a mask, a weapon, and zero emotional availability. That's right. Halloween season means one thing. Peak Thirst Fest 2024 is here. And babes, I am not well. I really am not. Like I said, unapologetically myself, guys. Something about these silent, dangerous, faceless figures just sends the brain chemistry sideways. At this point, I'd happily trade all of my savings, Roth IRA, and 401k just to be emotionally neglected by one of these men for this Hollow weekend. They got me rethinking life, morals, and even therapy sessions. But you know what? This is my villain origin story, and I'm embracing every second of it. So, let's get into it. Onto it, and bounce on top of that. In third place, Ghostface. Yes, again. Judge me all you want. But when that mask comes on, something inside me snaps. You thought I'd leave him off the list? You thought I'd really not bring him back? Sweetheart. The only thing I'm stabbing is my dignity every time I imagine this man chasing me through anywhere. I literally fantasize about receiving a call from Ghosty and playing in his sick in the head games. He could, no questions asked, play with me, use me, and leave me in a naughty, dirty, dripping mess. Yup. Oh, where's Betty? He's giving I'll ruin your life, but at least I'll make it exciting. And frankly, I'm here for it. If I'm being stalked and then ghosted, let it be by Ghostface himself. Mask on, knife in hand, hand on another place, and absolutely no mercy. You know what? He could place that thing on the knife and dish it up to me like a silver platter. Yup. I said it. Cause like Ghostface, please. Let's make that knife drip in at least 2 different types of bodily fluids. Jesus. Ooh. In second place, we have Ghost from Call of Duty. I definitely have a type. Gruff voice, skull mask, emotionally unavailable, injected into my veins. I would literally pull my own respawn just to hear him bark orders at me again.
It's like a reward.
Get back in there. Come to think of it, I still remember his lines and male sounds in the games. Yeah, I do. And I'm not ashamed of it. Teehee. There's something just so wrong, yet so right about being turned on by a man who communicates mostly in grunts and gunfire. Daddy issues? Maybe. Yeah. Thirst issues? Absolutely. If Ghost told me to move out, I move into his heart and onto his. And if that doesn't work, I'll settle for his voicemail. Call of Duty? More like call him my duty. And number 3, Michael Myers. Listen, listen, listen. Linda, listen. This man has daddy vibes, full stop. The quiet confidence, the slow walk of inevitability. Michael Myers hasn't spoken a word in decades and still radiates "I'll ruin your life" energy. And honestly, that's exactly what I'm into, baby. Silent, deadly, intense. He shows up at your door like an Amazon delivery. No warning, no tracking number, just straight vibes. If he picked me up and threw me across the room, I'd say thank you. Between gaps for air. Yup. I don't need love letters. No. I need the thrill of being chased through a cornfield. Is that bad? Probably. Do I care? Absolutely not. Who are we kidding? Oh boy. And number 4, Koenig from Call of Duty. Koenig is the wild card here, and I have no idea what he looks like under that mask. The mystery, the madness, the absolute threat of it all is working for me. Say less, Koenig, say less. But honestly, that's what makes it so delicious. There's a beautiful tension in not knowing. Is he a soft boy? A secret monster? Either way, I'd let him emotionally devastate me and pretend I deserved it. If my therapist ever hears about this one, they're definitely gonna raise my rates. Yup. Yup. And now few quick shout outs and honorable mentions. Kylo Ren, you are lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself if you say you didn't enjoy being told, you're nothing. You're nothing. If he tossed me across the galaxy, I'd send him a thank you card and a Spotify playlist with my heart in it. Not my actual heart, but like with my love. Another honorable mention, every superhero ever. The Spider-Mans. Actually, mostly just Marvel and DC characters. Like there's Batman, there's Venom. Who else? Captain America. Yup. Who else? Who else? There's so many. Wolverine, Deadpool. Yup. Oh, I should have put them on the list too. But this is the spotlight for Halloween slasher peeps. If either way, if you got a mask and some emotional baggage and you're a superhero or an anti-hero or even a villain in Marvel and DC, I'm interested. I am interested. And then my last honorable mention is the four slashers from a Dorian game I'm playing right now. Not sponsored, by the way. All I'll say is each route was the only option, and I have no regrets. So if you know about this slasher Dorian game, you know. So all right, it's your turn now. Who do you think is the ultimate masked man? Is it Ghostface? Ghost from Call of Duty? Michael Myers? Koenig from Call of Duty? Or am I missing somebody that you guys are thirsting over? Which masked men are you thirsting over? And no, biker boys don't count yet. We'll be talking about them. Trust me. They're in an entire segment. Okay? They're in an entire segment. And I'm not gonna talk about them as much because they're just so irritating. But yeah, this is a battle for the horniest fan base. And no matter who wins, we all win because let's be real, we didn't come here to choose wisely. Halloween isn't here for us to play nice. It's trick or treat for a reason. I want to be tricked and then treated like a trick, and then do all of the dances and things. Yeah, we know what Halloween is for during my age. We all do. But yeah, so who out of the four do you guys like? Or who am I missing? Because there are also a lot of other ones that I think could have made this list, like Jason Voorhees. Ooh, Jason. Why didn't I put him in honorable mentions? Because I don't know. It's Jason. Like, I want to fix Jason. He can be a little project. Like, it's the way that I can be a camp counselor and treat him nicely and play by his rules and make sure that he's being cared for and so that he can use his strong arms and machete to unlock a lot of things in me. Anyways, moving on. Let's just admit it. Halloween is horny season. There's no point fighting it. Masks make us lose our minds, and I, for one, am not complaining. If a knife wielding slasher or a grumpy soldier is what gets your serotonin levels up, lean in. This is the season, this is the week to embrace the chaos. Happy Halloween, folks. No more pretending to be normal. We're way past that. We're way past that, babes. Lean into it. It's okay. It's okay. And if you're still a demure girly, you know, classy and demure, very mindful, very demure, it's okay. You can still embrace it within in your own mind. You just can't be in denial and delusional about it. Just accept it. It's an inevitability, like Michael Myers or Ghostface, um, and Ghost, and yeah, okay, yes, you guys get it. I am thirsty for those men. But real talk, what is it about these masked men that gets us all so feral? Is it the mystery, the danger, or is it the deep, primal need to be pursued by someone who has absolutely no idea how to text back or even talk? in a coherent sentence. Either way, if thirst is a crime, consider me an international fugitive, and I know some of y'all are on that list too. So there you have it. This week's Thirst Bucket Masked Men Halloween edition. May your Halloween be spooky, feral, and completely devoid of good decision making. If Ghostface catches you, run. But maybe not too fast. Actually, call me up so I can distract him and save you.
It's like a reward.
Wink, wink, tee hee. I'll catch you next week, Water Walkers. Until then, stay hydrated, stay haunted, and stay unhinged. Because if he's masked, I'm interested. I am interested. Oh, cause actually, stay hydrated and stay thirsty. Because now let me go get some water. Betty, where you stay? Alrighty, water walkers. That's it for this half of the week's episode. We've covered everything from thrilling sports moments, AI assistants, and Halloween vibes to our deep dive obsession with masked men. Whether you're prepping for spooky season, catching a ball game, or just getting through the week, because we all are sometimes just there. Thank you, thank you, thank you for walking this water with me. Don't forget, stay hydrated, stay curious, stay weird, stay walking, and keep embracing those chaotic little moments of life. I'll catch you soon for the next half of the episode, where we'll wrap up with more reflections, shenanigans, and of course, stay thirsty. Until then, keep sipping that water, and don't forget every small win deserves a celebration. Mahalo nui loa, besties. Stay spooky, stay hydrated, and I'll see you soon. Chey Tide out!
Creeper.